Joaquin Phoenix opens up to Stephen Colbert about the night he calls one of the worst of my life. Joaquin Phoenix has always been a bit of a Hollywood enigma, a fiercely private star who prefers to let his characters speak for him rather than revealing too much of himself in interviews. But on the July 15th episode of The Late Show, Phoenix surprised fans and even Stephen Colbert himself when he spoke candidly about one of the most bizarre chapters in his career, a moment he now describes as just one of the worst nights of my life. It was a night that has haunted pop culture for over a decade. Joaquin Phoenix sitting across from David Letterman in 2009, sunglasses on, chewing gum, mumbling cryptic answers, and looking for all the world like a man teetering on the edge of a nervous breakdown. The clip went viral, sparking endless debates about whether Phoenix was genuinely unraveling or staging an elaborate prank. For years, fans speculated about what was really happening behind those sunglasses. Was it a meltdown? A publicity stunt? A performance art piece? Even after Phoenix revealed it was part of his preparation for the Casey Affleck-directed mockumentary I'm Still Here, the mystery seemed to linger, becoming a permanent piece of late-night lore. Sitting opposite Stephen Colbert, Phoenix finally peeled back the curtain on how deeply that moment affected him. Colbert gently broached the subject, reminding the audience of the surreal 2009 appearance. Instead of deflecting, Phoenix let out a deep sigh and admitted that despite the performance aspect, the experience left him rattled and embarrassed. He confessed that the stunt, designed to blur the lines between reality and fiction, quickly spiraled into something he hadn't fully anticipated. The reaction from the media, the confusion from fans, and the look on Letterman's face all weighed heavily on him afterward. He described the hours after the interview as an emotional blur, calling it just one of the worst nights of my life, and admitting he felt foolish and exposed once the camera stopped rolling. What was meant to be a clever piece of performance art ultimately left him feeling like he'd lost control of the narrative. He told Colbert that, looking back, he would probably have handled the whole idea differently, or perhaps not done it at all. The admission was striking for a man whose career has often danced along the edges of the eccentric and the profound. The audience in the Ed Sullivan Theater hung on every word, some chuckling in recognition of the famously awkward Letterman footage, while others seemed genuinely moved by Phoenix's vulnerability. Colbert, always skilled at balancing humor with empathy, praised Phoenix for his courage in revisiting a moment that clearly still stings. Phoenix, who has since cemented his status as one of the most respected actors of his generation, with roles like his Oscar-winning turn in Joker, seemed determined to finally close the chapter on the 2009 incident. He explained that, as an actor, he's often drawn to pushing boundaries and exploring the uncomfortable, but even he has limits. "I thought it was going to be funnier," he admitted with a wry grin, eliciting laughter from Colbert and the crowd. This rare glimpse into the actor's personal regrets and reflections resonated powerfully across social media after the episode aired. Fans flooded platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram with comments praising Phoenix for his honesty and applauding him for owning a moment many stars might prefer to bury. Clips of his confession began trending within hours, proving once again that the actor's mystique continues to captivate audiences. It's fascinating how a single late-night interview from 16 years ago still echoes so loudly in pop culture. Joaquin Phoenix may be one of the finest actors of his time, but he's also human, and like the rest of us, he has moments he wishes he could erase. In sharing his regrets so openly with Colbert, Phoenix reminded viewers that even the most celebrated stars carry old wounds, and sometimes the only way to heal them is to finally speak the truth. Subscribe for more celebrity deep dives and moments that reveal the human side of Hollywood's biggest names. And tell us in the comments, do you remember watching that infamous Joaquin Phoenix interview in 2009? And did you think it was real, or all an act?